What's up, guys? I wanted to talk about something that, just happened, yesterday. So that freaking, how they shut down the Bay Bridge to protest for Palestine or whatever. I get there's good intentions and all that, but, I personally thought it was dumb. They, disrupted thousands of people's, lives and getting to work, for hours. They delayed, organs on the way to transplant and someone had chest pain or a heart attack. It's just unnecessary. And, you just imagine in your head, I'm not trying to, shame people necessarily, but just imagine the type of people in your head that you think did it, and that's exactly who was doing it. Just, the fucking crazy Berkeleys and, the super SF, liberal types is what it seemed like. I personally don't get it. I get, with the Roe versus Wade thing, they did a bunch of, protests, even though it didn't affect anyone in California, blah, blah, blah. But, I saw that made sense, But it's, the government's been doing shady shit since before they told us what they were doing, every empire and government and whatever, since the beginning of time, has always effed over its citizens and all that. But it really doesn't make sense how there's homelessness and housing crisis and fucking everything's so damn expensive. It doesn't make sense how we get to suffer through that, and we have to pay for healthcare and college, or choose not to do any of that, and work dead-end jobs, and just, be essentially cattle behind a barbed wire fence that we know, but we can't see the barbed wire fence, so we think we're just happy chilling in some grass. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, all that can be true, and yet, our government can send over even 100,000, let alone $1 million or $1 billion in aid, not only to, Ukraine, but also to, where they're sending it now. I get Russia sucks, or not necessarily Russia, but Putin sucks. That whole situation was fucked. Not gonna lie. Do I think it's kind of weird how Zelensky became, a little celebrity, kind of? It is kind of weird. I'm not for any government or any particular country, period. But, if we were getting bombed, or if we had a civil war, there would be no other country that would come to save us, because apparently the U.S. thinks it needs to police the whole world, and I just don't understand that. It's you have multiple military bases in every single other country, but where's, the German military base in the U.S.? Where's any other one? Why is that? Even, whether we fucking went to space or not, I don't really know or care. But it's they had to make up stuff to get there before the Russians or anything else, It's I don't understand. I do. It's greed, and it's control, and it's power, and it's looking a certain way, and being the most powerful, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes down to it, it's why does that really matter? What are you really changing? Forget about, the climate and how solar... See, this is the thing. I don't really believe in solar cars or solar energy or relying off power, because the past couple of years, the power grid keeps fucking going out. They turn off the power because the power lines keep fucking swaying. So let's say we all have electric cars and the power goes out and it's 110 fucking degrees or 120 because it gets hot now. And we can't run our ACs, we can't go anywhere, we can't escape to our cars to run the ACs. And we can't get to work, we can't do anything. What exactly are we going to do? I don't understand that. Unless, it was, legitimately, solar powered. We have panels on top of, a car and a house and all that fun stuff. That makes a little more sense, but it still creates the same amount of pollution, damn near, as driving a car. So, I'm just not understanding. But anyways, going back to the protest, it's whether anything significant happened or not, because they're not going to get in trouble, because no one fucking cares, and fucking jails and prison systems are too, fucking crowded anyways. But it's how can people disrupt lives? It's if you're complaining, then it works. No, it didn't really work. It just makes people think you're stupid. I don't think one person agreed with you. I mean, sure, there's some that are probably oh yeah, go, da, da, da. But I guarantee you, if it affected them or their spouse or their family or something, going out and making money or dealing with it, it's not cool. It's just not cool. It doesn't make any sense. Do you think that, people crying at UC Berkeley or SF or any fucking where is going to matter? Israel's going to say that and be oh my god, let's stop, guys. Stop for us. You know what I mean? It's so fucking cringe to think that it's going to do anything. I'm anti-government in general, no matter what government you're talking about, because I just think it's fucking stupid. We're not, actually progressing as a species necessarily. Everything is getting expensive, people work more, dreams die a lot faster now. Even 10 years ago, things seemed a lot less bleak. I just don't get it. Like, can't you just, like, stay in your own fucking lane? Supposedly we're in all this debt. Yeah, the Federal Reserve prints money, but supposedly we're in all this debt. Like, can't you, like, do some fucked up government shit like you do to its actual citizens and be like, hey, print us more money, like, change the zeros in our bank account? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand. Like, instead of giving it to a country that does not care about us, any of them, I don't care what country it is, yeah, genocide's wrong, it's fucking terrible, blah, blah, blah. But shouldn't we, like, maybe take care of the people that are, like, currently freezing to death or dying of heat exhaustion or, like, have severe fucking issues and, like, addiction problems? Partially and because we can't afford to live. There's really not much to look forward to in this life. You know? Like, yeah, work hard, blah, blah, I get that. I'm fucking trying myself, but it's, like, it doesn't make any sense to help people that do not give a shit about us. When we can't even take care of our own. It makes absolutely no sense. I just think it shows, like, a certain sense of fucking entitlement. Like, some people say, like, white privilege, or privilege this, privilege that. Like, I don't understand what sort of privilege I personally have for the color of my skin. But people that have the time and don't have a job and have the whatever to, like, protest stuff that is not gonna affect them in any fucking way, it doesn't actually do any good. It's like with the Black Lives Matter protests, where, like, you know, the cause... You know, the idea behind it is great, but the actual organization is fucking terrible. And what they did during that, I don't know why people seem to forgot. They, like, looted stores and came through towns and were causing havoc. I remember because I was, like, loaded up with the homies in the fucking copper with shotguns and shit. Like, I didn't have one, but they were there. You know, there were signs being like, we shoot back, dude. Like, don't fuck with our shit. It was a real thing. Like, people were looting and being violent. You know, like, I understand protesting or the idea of a riot, but when you just use it to steal and for personal gain, it's just stupid. It's just straight up stupid. Oh, you're protesting this political thing or this bill, so let's go steal TVs from Target and put other people in danger or harm people or, like, fuck up small businesses. Like, how does that make you anything but a piece of shit? It doesn't. It literally doesn't. It makes people not agree with you. And but, like, the other thing I don't understand is, like, how they're saying, like, you know, gay and trans people are in, like, XYZ state of genocide. First of all, no. I've never felt unsafe for being who I am, and I have always been this fucking way. You know, I'll be 30 next year. I have never felt unsafe because of that. Like, I felt unsafe in Oakland. I felt unsafe because of other reasons, but never of that. Even when I've been with my wife places, I don't understand. Like, yeah, I know, terrible people exist everywhere. But to say that people are intentionally trying to kill LGBT, Wi-Fi password, fucking lamp identifying motherfuckers, like, which I'm part of that, apparently. But I'm just saying, like, to think that we're that much on every single fucking bigot's mind is really narcissistic. And, like, you see, well, like, what's happening in Gaza and etc., the actual genocide of people, or, like, even comparing, like, what's going on to the Holocaust, that's fucking majorly disrespectful to actual freaking Holocaust survivors and, like, people like that. Highly disrespectful. This is not Germany in the 1940s or whatever. We're not being hung. Yeah, some people get killed, but some people get killed for a lot of reasons. Like, oh, this trans person and this gay person or this whatever person. You know how many fucking straight people are killed? You know how many homeless people are, like, assaulted and abused every single day? You know how many fucking animals are killed for fun and everywhere every single day? Like, we have bigger things to worry about, like how humanity is fucked as a whole. Like, we're fucked as a whole, dude. Like, I don't understand, like, why you're being so fucking self-centered. Like, it literally appalls me that people are this self-centered. And they can't see it. But I guess narcissists never do. But yeah, I just don't agree. You know? I'm more leaning toward, like, the Libertarian Party, if anything. I would totally vote for Franz of Attila, like, honestly, because no one else has done anything better. And I actually like his fucking mentality of, like, working and doing shit for yourself and less government and all that stuff. Yeah, it's crazy times we live in. You know, we do have the privilege and the ability to do so many things, but everyone else is, like, just content with being a victim and being, oh, woe is me, and oh this and oh that, not actually working to their full potential, and it's pretty pathetic. But hail Satan.